Hi everybody, this is Diane. Today is New Year's Day 2025. I have a lot to do to prep for a dinner that I'm doing with my kids tonight, about 5 o'clock, 5:30ish. But I want to do some work in here first. So I want to do a little embellishing in at least one of these journals. I have 5 of these journals that will be, excuse me, going in my shop once they're done, and I also have 4 of the smaller ones to work on. I've got the pages cut, but that's all I've done with those. So yesterday we did a video embellishing the cover, adding book corners if they were needed. I think 2 of them don't have book corners because they didn't need them, but I added some trims and other embellishments to the pages, or to the covers, I mean. So let's go inside and see what needs to be added to these pages. I've got lots of different pieces around me. Now these are Stash Buster journals, so I do want to use up some of my stash. So let's add a little embellishment right here. I have a lot of digitals and a lot of images cut from books. Let's see what's in here. This is a box of blue embellishments, and I like this little sunbeam girl. So I'm going to just add her. We're having a rainy day today. I think it's supposed to stop early afternoon, but it's coming down pretty good. And because I like arrows, I have this little ephemera holder here that I've pretty much emptied. I thought I had an idea for what I wanted to put in here, but I'm not sure. I might put some of my stamped ephemera in here eventually, but right now all it has is arrows because I didn't know where else to put them for now. So I'm just going to come in here and find a fun arrow to use. These are all die cut. I guess that one is an ephemera piece that was die cut, but the rest of them I cut with my Cricut, or my Big Shot, I mean. I want a blue one. Here we go. I bumped you. Hopefully I will get to edit that out. And I will put some ephemera in a bundle to go with these journals. Right here, I'm just going to paper clip some tickets and a little flower that you can use when you're working in the journal. They were just things that were sitting right here, so I just grabbed them. Since this is a book about a bear, I thought I'd pull out my animal images and use some of those. It's a cute little mouse there. I think that's a Tasha Tudor. Yes, it is. Her illustrations are so adorable. And I'm just thinking while I was cutting that out, I was thinking I want to use as much of my ephemera as I can, because it is a stash buster, so I want to build a little tuck spot with that piece. I have these die cuts, but they're already layered. I think everything in here is already layered up with other pieces. So where are the rest of them that aren't layered? see them. I've got a lot of stuff just gathered around me here. This was just a piece that I punched, but it's just paper. Well, I do have cardstock crafts. Yeah, it is cardstock crap. Cardstock scraps that I need to use up. So I'm going to punch a cardstock scrap circle. How about that? Okay, there's that, and I want to add something to that. Let's see what's in here, if there's anything in here. This box is labeled retro. See if there's a circle around something. I think that's what I'll do. I'll just add this little flower. And this might be used on a different page. I just pulled it out because it's fun. Let me just look, make sure I don't have a circle I want to use. I'm going to keep looking a little bit. So many fun things in these. How about that? I love that. See? It's a good thing I looked. Come on, glue. Okay, I have all the pieces glued together. Make sure there's no wet glue back here that will stick to the page. And it will be glued on this edge and the bottom, but this corner will be open. I'm going to glue this little piece of grass down to that ticket too. There's still quite a bit of glue in here, but it's challenging me. I shouldn't use my book page as a backdrop. Wanted it like that. How cute is that? I will answer you. I will answer myself. It is cute. So I have a lot of cards that I just purchased from, I need to promote my friend's shop. Her name is Leslie. I've talked about her before, and her shop is the Snippet. No, it's not. Vintage Paper Emporium. Sorry. Had too many words that were all running in my head, and I was trying to put them in the right order. Vintage Paper Emporium. I will link her shop below. She always has interesting things, and she had a lot of interesting cards. So I grabbed a variety of cards, and I've purchased cards from her before. So just drop some on the floor. Maybe one of these animal cards will go in here. I think a chipmunk would be good with this bear. Now, these are not supposed to be themed journals, but I like to, it's fun to give a little nod. Oh, wait, there's a bear right there. And this is, it's matte. So I was thinking I could glue something to it for journaling, but you know what? I think I'd like to leave the information there. So I will stitch some paper across the top. And it'll be a flat. This is vintage ledger paper, and it is exactly the right length. So I'll put about 3 pages on it. So it's, let's see, about 3 inches wide. And while I'm at it, I'll cut up some more so I can make some more cards like that. These are a little shorter. So I'll put one of the shorter ones on top. I'll just sew that right across the top. I still have black thread in my machine. I'll be right back. And that will go right there. I'll put a tab on that. These are stamped images, and I spoke about, when I did a video about putting these together, these ephemera holders together made out of placemats, I spoke about zipper slides on these Ziploc bags because they're really easy. They're a lot easier to do than the ones you have to pinch, but the slides break. But these were all I had, so I used it, and the slide broke, so I just have a paper clip holding that closed. These are stamped images that I did on sprayed water, on sprayed paper. I don't want to forget this. This is the little box in my handmade ephemera tray that has the small pieces, so I can use things like this to embellish all of these journals. I have these ruffles that I never use. They were sold on a spool. Oh, that head of that pin just came off. Got them at Hobby Lobby, and they were taking up more space than I could spare. So I have used them, so there wasn't a whole lot left. So I just wound them around this card, and I don't know if I've used them since I put them on the card. So here we go, we're going to use one. I'm always losing my glue caps. I don't know how it got way over there, but there it was. So I had made this. It's from an old atlas. I'd made it out of, made it into a journal card. So I'm going to make a little pocket to tuck it into. Wonder if I have any little pockets ready-made that would work for this. Yeah, I'll use that. I have spent tedious days in between Christmas preparations, cutting papers, arranging papers, and then couple of tedious days punching holes and binding them. This is the fun part. I've been looking forward to this part. So that's it for now. I already have some stuff tucked in here. I think I found some more index cards that were already embellished, so I wanted to replace these. This is a dyed one, but it's not embellished, so I'm going to replace it with this one. Maybe not. Maybe this one, because that is sewn down. There. I'm going to paper clip some yearbook photos here. And something to journal on. And a soda label. I am making a glorious mess. Maybe that's what I'll try to, how I'll try to frame it when I feel like my room is a mess this year. A glorious mess. I'll just make a little pocket there. It's a digital tag. So all of these things are digital. I'll put a journaling spot here. And I'll leave that. You can fold it down. It's hard to write on things you fold off of the page. but you could fold it to the other side of the page and write on it. You know what I mean? I'll show you. And this page is skinny enough that you can still see the pretty pattern. So if you want to write on that, you can just fold it around here and write. And of course, write on that. So this soda bottleneck wrapper is a little bit torn, label I mean. So I'm just going to glue it down. I like that it's orange and there are orange flowers on this page. Maybe I will pop a paper clip on the bottom to hold that flap. Yeah, that's fine. My camera isn't angled right because I have to have this book far away from me to have it in frame. I'm sorry if it hasn't been in frame the way it should have been. I like the colors of this pickle bag, so let's add those over here, this banner with those colors. So there are all kinds of styles and colors throughout this. It's not a color cohesive journal. There's vintage stuff and there's modern stuff. I could put a small journaling card in here, I think. There's a duck. I'll save that for the duck with, or the book with the duck cover. Pull these retro images out. Might use those. Okay, now I need something to go in here. This bag is, I think 2 3/4 would work for the width, and this sticks up a little bit. I should have moved it down. By 7 1/4 maybe. So what did I say? 2 3/4 by 7 1/4. Well, if I want to use my tag punch, I'll make it 2 1/2. I'm going to trim it just a little bit. Perfect. I'm going to add some reinforcements to this tag. These look like sprockets. I have a set of reinforcement dies from Elizabeth Craft Designs. Each die is a strip that contains multiple of the same eyelet design, reinforcement design. And I love them. They're very fun, and it's great for using scraps. Strip scraps. Kind of weird. But anyway, I want to embellish these journals quite a bit because that enables me to use up more stash, and then I'll include more stash in a bundle. This card is bent up pretty badly. See, it's cracking. So I'm going to put some cellophane tape on that, some vintage tape. Or do I want masking tape? That looks cool. I think I'll use masking tape. You can still see through it. And there's a crease there too, but it's not cracked, but you can see it's loose. So I wonder if putting a piece of masking tape on that would, it's still pretty wobbly. So I think I'll just put a strip of cardstock, patterned cardstock on it. Okay, we're moving along, and that helped make that a little sturdier. I've got a card in there. I think I'll just put a tab on that. This is a Mary Engelbreit calendar page, and there's space for writing here or doodling. It says doodle on it. I'll leave this one blank for you, but I will give you some photo corners. So maybe you could put a photo here. Let's see. I have a tiny little vellum bag And I'll do one for each journal. And I'll put some photo corners in the little bags. Some of these were taken out of albums, so they were used. And they are vintage. Don't I have just plain black ones? This one isn't even open, but they're gold corners. Well, I will work on this later, but I'll put 2 kinds of photo corners in each envelope. Let me just finish one of them. I'll just put these big ones in. And these are vintage. Most of the photo corners that I have are vintage. I was finding surprising amounts of them at flea markets. Put a time card in here, telling time card. This one says packages and labels, purses and pockets. So these are the packages and the labels and the purses and pockets. And I haven't been able to use these. I love them. So I'm going to put one in each of these journals. These are digitals. I'll have to link that below. I have 2 different digital sets from the same shop of, I think one is, well, maybe they're not from the same shop, but I have pockets. All right, let me show you. I think I have 2 sets of pockets. So there's this kind, and they're all different, of course, and then they're very different styles. And of course they're AI, you can tell, but I love them. And then I also have, from another shop, I think, some antique purses, beaded purses that are really, really fun. So I'll try to find links for all of them. I'll have to try to remember what I'm going to link. Leslie's shop. I got all the cards and purses and pockets. That's a baby's photo, but it's a digital. Those animals are so adorable. I did a collage on this already. Now, these are these kind of papers, and they have different colors. think it was a teacher's book. But some of the pages have text, so I'm going to glue something to write on here. We already used an orange one. Some wallpaper. I could put an upper tuck here. And after this, I'm going to have to stop the video. I want to finish these pages before I shut down my studio for the day, though. And do you want to come along for working on another journal another day? Or do you just want to see the finished stuff? You can let me know. Okay, so I still have quite a few pages to go through, but I've had fun so far, and it's already getting a gator mouth, but I don't care. I think it's a fun journal, and I hope that you are liking it. And come on back to either see another decorating video or to see the final product. And they will be in my shop at that point. So I'll see you then when I do the flip through. And have a creative day. And Happy New Year to everybody. Bye.